Another Christmas story, might as well keep with the theme here. A man is arrested in Texas after telling the kids that Santa isn't real. I've told a bunch of kids Santa isn't real. I've never been arrested. No, I'm kidding, I never did that. That's so cruel. All I did was tell them that the Easter Bunny wasn't real. No, I'm kidding, that's so cruel. I never did that. All I did was tell them that the Tooth Fairy isn't real. No, I'm kidding, I didn't tell them that. All I told them was that God isn't real. Dallas. Police say that a 31-year-old protester who told children that Santa Claus isn't real has been arrested for trespassing at a North Texas church. Oh, he wasn't arrested for telling the kids that Santa isn't real. This is a very, very misleading title in the article. He was arrested for trespassing, but apparently he did, before he trespassed, he told a bunch of kids Santa isn't real. It's like, Santa isn't real, and then jumped the fence, and the kids were like, where is that crazy person telling us crazy things? Aaron Ubansky was arrested Saturday after authorities were called to a church in Clelburn, which was hosting a breakfast with Santa event. Police say they found 3 people demonstrating outside the church after responding to a trespassing complaint. Authorities say Urbanski refused to leave and continued to cause a disturbance. Urbanski was charged with criminal trespassing. So apparently he was demonstrating outside the church. He was doing an anti-Santa breakfast protest. What is he? He's just showing up at Santa breakfasts all over the country and protesting. He's holding signs out in front that's saying, although sausage is delicious, Santa is not real. I don't know why I threw the sausage comment in there. Because who doesn't like breakfast sausage? I mean, PETA doesn't like breakfast sausage, obviously. This guy's more arrested for trespassing than he is for telling kids that Santa doesn't exist, which I'm sorry, I didn't. You know, per usual, I just sort of start reading the article. I start with the title and then I dive into it. It makes you wonder, though. I mean, has anyone ever been arrested for telling the kids Santa doesnn't exist? Is there any town that's so pro Santa that they just, like, if you just ruin it, they're just like, they're on you. They throw you in the slammer. That principal that banded the Jesus candy canes probably has told a bunch of kids that Santa doesn't exist. I'm sure tons of kids. I'm sure every morning in the month of December, the principal of that school gets on the intercom and is like, good morning, children. Although this is the month of December, I just want you to know that Santa is not real. It's not real. Now get to class. Bye-bye. And by the way, if I see a Santa hat, you will be expelled. And only straight candy canes are allowed in the school, not the candy canes that are shaped like a J. Alrighty. Look at that. I'm doing what's called a callback in the comedy business. Calling back to a previous story. That's right, Jonesy. How do you do it? Do you guys, when do you guys tell your kids that Santa isn't real? What do you wait for here? It's got to be hard now being a parent and trying to keep the facade of, you know, mythical people like Santa and mythical animals like the Easter Bunny. When there's Google, then children can just Google and find, oh, no, actually there's no such thing as Santa. I asked the Google. They can actually ask any of the devices in your home now. They can just be like, hey Alexa, is Santa real? I don't know what Alexa would say to that, but my guess, there's a 50-50 shot that Alexa's going to say, after a thorough examination, I have come to the conclusion that Santa is not real. Not a real person. So the kids are going to find out anyways. Gotta be hard. Gotta be hard to keep up the illusion when you're a parent. I don't know how you do it. Do you have tricks? What do you do? I believed Santa was real for a while. But then, you know, I'm a rationalist, so it wasn't too long. I probably stopped believing at the age of 3. Probably. So lovely, the noises. I'm not gonna lose my cool. I'm just gonna end the podcast.